What's going on, guys? I am SimpleSimon, and I don't even know where I'm going today. So I've got the day off. Sarah's off to hang out with her friend Lily cosplays while I go out and do my own thing. I've got a new camera accessory to pick up from someplace, but I'm definitely going to go check out this shop that's not too far from us. It's a local collectible store. It's called the Collectibles Zone. Not the greatest name in my opinion, but you know, I haven't been there. I keep driving past it, so I want to check that place out. And I might go to some other places while I'm out today. Because, you know, Sarah's left a bunch of chores for me to do, and the more stuff I do, the longer it takes for me to come back and do those things. Let's do this. Just a quick shout out to my some minions. Your support is greatly appreciated. Channel membership is now available. To find out more, hit the join button to find out about perks and exclusive videos and content. But always remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on all the videos. Let's do this. Alright, so my first stop was I had to click and collect from this shop, VIDEOGUYS. I'd never been in there before, so I thought I'd actually look around, and my god, you know, I'm not much of a tech guy, but I looked around, I was like, oh my god, this shop is awesome. So I had a look around, they had all kinds of stuff, video making equipment, microphones, look at all this stuff, it's so cool. And then I realized I was stuck in the middle of road country. I love road equipment. My dream is to be sponsored by them one day. Anyway, here's a cool setup. If you want to be a pro, I'm definitely not a pro.
Man, that was like such a good shop. Like I was just in there like, whoa. So if you guys ever want like to start a YouTube channel or you want to just go pro, I'll put their address down here, VIDEOGUYS. So I picked up this Rode magnetic mount. Oh, the sun's a little bit cooked there. Basically, I recently bought the wireless Go, and I figured for making my vlogs, this would be handy because you can actually mount, oh, the sun's really bad there. You can actually mount the receiver and transmitters, microphones on these. So that's pretty cool. The only thing is when I'm using this, if I'm out and about using this thing, I'm gonna look like a vlogger because, you know, it's a little bit more discreet when you've just got your phone. Anyway, so I picked that up. That's cool. That shop was super cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. So I'm definitely gonna go to Collectibles Zone. I didn't realize how far this was. I'm out in Notting Hill, I think I'm in at the moment. I never even heard of that place. I'm thinking about going past ARON'S maybe. And if I do, I won't get too much footage because obviously I've done heaps of videos at ARON'S. Maybe I'll go to ARON'S and I'll do some footage for a TikTok or something like that. You guys should follow me on TikTok. And then I'll probably get some food and then I'll go past Collectibles Zone on the way home. So I think that's the plan.
So I arrived at ARON'S, but I was a little bit early. They don't open until 10, and I was there at about 2 to 10. So I thought I'd get some breakfast. So Cafe and Catch It, which are right across the road, that's where I went. And this was my Eggs Benedict that I had. Yum, yum. So then after eating, I crossed the road. ARON'S was open. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't get too much footage of the shop because I've been in there in so many videos recently. So if you want to watch a more detailed look at ARON'S collectibles, I'll leave a link at the end screen, so stick around to the end of the video. I'll have a link to the ARON'S video. I always stop here first. My favorite cabinet, which is the Aliens cabinet. Now here's some He-Man, Motu as you guys call it. I'm so close to getting some He-Man figures. I really want the original He-Man. They had it for $99 here, which is cool, but I think I might get it with Skeletor and see if they can do me a deal. But, you know, it's got to be a day where I've got $200 to spend as well. So anyway, I'll let you enjoy the rest of the scenery at ARON'S.
Whew. All right, so I'm glad I went to ARON'S because I definitely picked up some stuff from ARON'S, and I also had a really good chat to Aaron who runs the place. I've chatted to Aaron before, but we had a really good chat there, and I like to think we're besties now. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. Obviously, I wouldn't mind going to the toilet, so maybe I'll stop past the shopping center or something, get a coffee, and then we'll go to Collectibles Zone. And there's also this like pawn shop near Collectibles Zone, not a porno shop, but you know, a pawn shop. So my mate Mick from work told me about it, so I might actually check that out while I'm down there in Bronia. So that's the plan.
Highway to Collectibles Zone. Are you guys ready? Gonna take you right into Collectibles Zone. I am so sorry. Alright, so I arrived at Collectibles Zone. Now, I'm going to ease you into this Prepare for Collectibles Sensory Overdrive. My jaw dropped to the floor when I walked into this store. Look at that! Sonic the Hedgehog, whole section for Sonic. This place had everything, and they had a lot. If you're into premium format, this is the place. Definitely worth checking out. They had all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I just couldn't believe that this place is just... no one talks about it. Why don't you guys talk about Collectibles Zone? This is truly the Collectibles Zone. Everything in this place was really well categorized. So here's like the horror section, horror NECA figures, horror dolls, horror masks, and this section here had me frothing. It's Predator and Aliens. Oh my goodness, look at it all. It was absolutely amazing. I stood there, I was just like, I can't afford this whole shelf, but I kind of want to buy it all. I was blown away. This statue here was absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure it's Angela, right? It's an Angela statue. Look how good that looks. I know I'll never be able to afford it, but it was absolutely awesome. And you got more Predator and Alien statues. This place, like I said, it was just collectible, sensory overload. You got all these masks here. They had obviously a lot of pop vinyls and things like that as well. It just didn't end. The store was quite large too, so they've got the front area and then you go up these stairs to the back area, which is where all the anime, manga stuff was. This shelf here was mostly Joker and Harley Quinn stuff, really. And then on the other side you had DC. So it's one of the few shops where I feel like they had a bigger DC section than Marvel at this store, which, you know, I'm all about that Team DC stuff. You got this awesome Harley Quinn bust. Oh man, that looks absolutely awesome. I would never want one of these in my house though, because it's kind of scary. You got the great Apollo Creed there. I don't know why Rocky's so small compared to Apollo and Drago there, but super cool looking statues there. What else you got? Here's the Marvel section. They had a lot more variety maybe in the Marvel section, even though the DC shelf was kind of back and front. The Marvel section was kind of just two little shelves, but they had a lot of cool stuff there. They had a Crow section here mixed up with Bruce Lee. Oh my god, it doesn't get any better than that. Look at it.
Alright, so wow is all I gotta say about Collectibles Zone. I wasn't expecting it to be so epic in there. So I was a little bit caught off guard. They're very statue based, but they got something for everyone. Again, they got most pop culture IPs. If there's something you're into, they've probably got something there for you, but very statue focused. There was obviously action figures as well, and there's a lot of stuff I wanted, but obviously couldn't afford it all. So anyway, I've got my Gloria Jean's iced coffee here. Gonna go get some lunch, and then I'll show you guys what I picked up. Wait, I totally forgot. So since I'm at the Boronia shops here, there's also that pawn shop in the Bronia Mall here. I'm going to check it out. Now, the Bronia Mall, I've only been inside once, and it is so old school in there. It's like, as soon as you walk through the doors, I swear you feel like you've gone into a time warp back into like the 80s or 90s. It's just so old school in there. So I've never actually had to walk around. I've only walked through it once, as in like just from one door to the other. So yeah, I'm gonna check out this pawn shop and see if there's anything interesting in there before I get lunch.
Alright, so here we go into the Bronia Mall. Now this place is so old school inside. I wouldn't be surprised if my camera went into low res once I walk through the doors. So here we go. I mean, maybe it's just me, but look at this place. Does it not look like a shopping center out of the 90s that somehow has just stood the test of time? Oh, there used to be a place called Toy Zone. A little bit sad that that's not open anymore. But this place kind of reminds me of, have you ever seen those videos about the back rooms? I think it might be a TikTok generation thing, but I've been watching these videos sometimes and people find these holes in the ground and it leads to some shopping center that's been buried underground for the last 2 decades and things like that. It reminded me of that. Anyway, look at this. It's a CD store. Tell me I didn't walk through a time warp. So many shops here are closed down. Now, I finally found the pawn store and unfortunately, it was closed. I actually had a peek through the gate here and it actually looked very interesting, so hopefully in a future video I'll revisit this place, but it did happen to catch their timetable here and they closed on Wednesdays because apparently people don't shop on Wednesdays. Very sad.
Alright, that was crazy. Anyway, off to lunch.
And yes, of course I went and got pho, or pho, if you want to be like that. But anyway, you guys probably don't like the food porn as much as I do, so you guys probably just want to see what I picked up, right? So let's cut to that.
Alright, so I'm home. I'm just sitting in my driveway. I figured I'd just do the haul in my car just because as soon as I walk in there, I've got chores to do. So we'll start off with what I picked up from ARON'S. Like I said, I love going to ARON'S. It might be one of my favorite shops now. And I picked up a bunch of loose figures. I definitely spent more than I probably was expecting to today, especially since the vintage and modern toy fair is on this weekend. I probably should have saved some money for that, but it's okay. I got good deals on all these things that I picked up today. I picked up this Nightwing DC Multiverse figure. Really good looking face sculpt there. So I've been wanting to get a Nightwing to add. I actually don't know. Oh, you know what? This must be the gamer one. I'm not sure. Any multiverse collectors, let me know. Is this the Nightwing from the video game one? But I just thought the face sculpt looked really good. I know they released a recent Nightwing and there's a few of them. I didn't really dig the face. I also considered getting the Disco Nightwing recently, but now that I've got this, I don't need Disco Nightwing. So that's pretty cool. It came with a figure stand as well. If you're into loose figures, figure hunting and stuff, you got to go to ARON'S. Like the prices are so good there. I also picked this up, Spider-Man 2099 from the Into the Spider-Verse movie. I've got Gwen, I've got Miles. I never picked this up when it first came out, and then I got a little bit of FOMO because I think it is a pretty decent looking figure. I've heard it's a hard one to stand up because it's very top heavy, but they had it there again, $19 all day, son. And Aaron was like, yeah, he just put that out. He knew it was going to go quick. I'm glad I'm the one who got it. So any people who visit ARON'S regularly and missed out on this, I'm sorry. And then the last thing, I couldn't leave. I almost left without this because I wasn't expecting to buy those two figures, but the whole point of going to ARON'S today was I want to get another Aliens figure to add to my Kenner collection. This one here you can actually fill with water and you can squeeze the back of his head and it squirts water out its mouth. So it's also got this feature at the back where you click these together and his hands kind of clap. So that's what I picked up from ARON'S, and of course because I grabbed a few things, ARON'S is always super kind and you give me a little bit of a discount. So shout out to ARON'S Collectibles. Now Collectibles Zone, like I said, I was blown away with how crazy that shop was. I was not expecting it to be so epic in there. I'm sure you saw in the video. I picked up this Harley Quinn NECA figure. Now, a few things about this figure. So I've seen this on eBay and stuff like that a whole bunch. Ever since I got into action figures, I've learned a lot about, you know, on eBay you can be very careful. There's a lot of bootleg fakes out there and some of them look horrible. I've seen this a ton on eBay and I've always been skeptical. I've always wanted to look at it in hand because it goes from on eBay for like as cheap as $25. I looked it up and down, I examined it very thoroughly because at the price, I mean, normally NECA is more expensive, I would imagine, like at least 70 bucks, I would think. This was quite cheap. It's about 40. Yeah, having it in hand, like I said, I looked at all 4 of them that they had in stock. The paint on the face was a little bit different on each one. I definitely picked the best one. Everything else about the figure looks fine. I'm just a little bit unsure, and everything on the box looks pretty legit. I just wasn't sure because the face just looks a little bit smoother on some of the images I've seen. But yeah, so I don't know, I'll probably do an unboxing of this and actually see. But other than that, the figure looks great. And also, I'm not saying that Collectibles Zone selling dodgy stuff. They had a lot of multiverse stuff. They had really premium statues in there, so I was very impressed with that. But this is a figure I always wanted, and seeing it in hand, like I said, I picked the best face painted one. And that happens with like even Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series especially. You look at some of them and it's sometimes just slightly different. So yeah, I'll probably do an unboxing of this and see, but look, it looks pretty legit to me. But yeah, I picked that one up from Collectibles Zone. Excited to open that one up. So that's it. If you guys are local and you want to check out some of these stores, ARON'S and Collectibles Zone, I'll leave the addresses, I always do, in the description below if you want to visit them yourself. If you guys are newer to the channel, check out my playlist that I've got in the description below with all the different types of hunts. If you want to see all the other places I've been to, if you want to have a more thorough look at ARON'S, there'll be a link at the end of the video that has my trip to ARON'S, which is dedicated to ARON'S. And that's it. I'll definitely be back at Collectibles Zone. I'm thinking about doing a future vlog where I have a day off and I literally go to there are a lot of cool stores in this area, this new area that I live in, and I'm thinking about just doing a crawl one day and going to like 6-7 different places in the one day. That's just a thought for now. Keep an eye out for more vlogs to come. I try to release them every Wednesday if I can, if I've got one. If there's no vlog, then I try to release something else that's fun. Wednesdays is like my day, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Keep an eye on it. But anyway, if you're still watching this video, I appreciate you. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. Like this video, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the vid. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends, keep it simple.